All right, gamers, welcome back. The Elder Scrolls Arena, episode 8. We are back. Now, in this episode, we are actually going to do things a little differently. As you can see, I have some alt characters here that I've been playing on my own free time because I'm actually really enjoying the game, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to jump back into our character. And last we left off, we got one piece of the staff that we are trying to get all 8 pieces for, right? I've taken us to Riyadh and parked our character there, and I think it's nighttime. Now, when I resumed this the first time, I did get a little bit of a cutscene from the big bad man himself, so I wanted to start the episode here. Let's see if that happens again. No? Okay, that's fine. So this episode, it'll happen eventually, I'm sure. This episode, we are going to head to a town just to the left of Riyadh called Chaseguard. And I want to give a shout out to Wooden Potato for showing me this trick, but we're actually going to get us some money. So if you've arrived in the village of Chaseguard in Hammerfall Providence. The date is Lordus, 26th of Sun's Dawn in the year 3E390. It took 2 days to reach your goal. You walk into the village of Chaseguard, weary from travel. Ahead, it seems, are inns and taverns to refresh yourself in. Now, I've been here before just to test this trick, and it did work. So this is Chaseguard, a nice, city on the water. I like the bridges here, but mainly, we need to be heading to the Mages Guild. Now, as you can see, I've already been here. Like I said, I was here just to test if this trick actually worked, and it does, and we're going to continue to do it. I wanted to do it with you guys so you could see what I was doing, and if you wanted to do this yourself, go ahead, but I'm pretty sure it's a well-known trick among the arena community, but we're just going to follow the town around. We're going to head to the Mages Guild. Oh, well, we can't go that way. Actually, I need to go back across the bridge over here. And go a little further down, I think. Easy does it, easy does it. Across this bridge here, yep. Then I'll come in here. And like I said, I've already done this a handful of times, so I've got a few of the items in my bags, but I want to do it together with you guys a couple times as well, just so you can see what we're doing, and that way, if you want to do it, you can do it yourself. Okay, I need to go straight ahead down here. But essentially, it fits our character's theme really well. I mean, I am a Nightblade, I am a thief, so it's very fitting what we're about to do, but we're going to head to the Mages Guild. We're going to pop in. As sunny as it was, you felt a winter chill outside, and now within the Mages Guild, you feel the cold more intensely. Dust lies on the shelves of books, potions, and relics like on early frost. The stone walls of the chamber glisten with ice. It's very eerie in here. So in this Mages Guild, there are multiple mages. As you can see, we have one there and there. And what they have are magical items. Ebony items, really, that sell for a lot of money. So what we are going to do is save your game. Now this is easier if you're a thief class like myself, but we're going to steal from them. We're going to try and steal a magic item, and boom, you're successful. We stole a Dwarven Amulet. That's actually the low roll item. So what I do is if I ever get the Dwarven Amulet, I just go again. I just steal again. Another magic item. You're successful. You stole an Ebony Torque. That's huge. So anytime I get an ebony piece, we just back out, save it, and go again. Because you can be unsuccessful, and if you're caught, I'm sure it's going to happen to us at some point. You stole an ebony belt. Nice. So we'll back out, save it. Now I want to steal a few potions from this guy as well. We stole a potion of resist cold. Your inventory's full. Okay. But that's the general gist of it, right? So let's see. We're not full on weight, we just are actually full on items. But that's the general gist, is you come in here and you kind of steal from each of these mages a couple of these ebony pieces. And then we're going to find a place that we can pawn this gear, so the equipment shop right down the street should work. I really like the look of Chase Guard. And one thing that's really cool that I didn't really know, but I had a hunch with, is every single town is like vastly different in this game. Now the buildings might look the same, the people might look the same, like the same models and whatnot, but essentially the layout for the town, the visuals of the backgrounds and stuff like that are very different. Chase Guard, it's on the water, you know, it's got this bright sun in the background with the clouds. Baban's General Provisions is as bright as the winter day outside and much warmer. Several pieces of weaponry and equipment look interesting to you. So remember, we're in Hammerfell, which is to the west of Skyrim, so it's also in the north, so I imagine it's pretty cold here. So it's fitting, right? But we're going to sell some of these items. Now I'll show you guys. We've taken quite a few pieces of ebony already, so let's see what the ebony goes for. So he'll offer us 4,687 gold for one of those pieces. I'm going to try and talk him up to 5,000. He says 48. I'll say 5,000. He says 49. I'll say 5,000. He goes, all right, let's call it 49.60. I'll take that. So we're going to do this a couple more times. And honestly, it's not worth haggling all that over and over. I'm just going to give it to him for 46. But ebony is some of the best gear in the game. And as a thief, it's very fitting that we stole, you know, enchanted pieces from the Mages Guild. I actually really like that for us, so. And this will give us a lot of money that we can then use for potions. We can create more magic spells. I can go buy some really nice gear. So this episode, I think we're going to just get a bunch of money, spend some time making some custom spells for ourselves, which I'm really excited for, and then I'm going to travel to different provinces and try and buy some nice enchanted leather gear, as well as hopefully an ebony short sword is what I'm looking for. If I can find an enchanted ebony short sword, that would be even better, but you know, we'll take two, even with just a base ebony short sword. That'll be really nice. I'm going to keep one of these dwarven amulets just to see what they do, because honestly I haven't inspected it, but I don't even know what they go for. 234, it's okay. And obviously we still have our saber, strength, the short bow, the dagger. I'm going to get rid of the dagger because I'm going to probably wind up buying a, hopefully like an ebony dagger, or, like I said, the ebony short sword is the ideal weapon that we're looking for, but we'll keep one of these dwarven amulets. Now, how much gold do we have with that? So 70,000. Any weapons that you have? He's got a short bow of pass wall. That's actually really nice. And a saber of life stealing. I'm gonna try and buy the short bow of pass wall. I'll give you 800. How about that? Can you do 800? Can you do 800? He'll agree to our price. Cool. Now this is just nice in case I can't cast pass wall, but I am gonna make a spell of pass wall. So honestly, I could sell the other bow. Let's check what the Dwarven Amulet does, huh? -2 to AR. I don't even know what that amulet does. I guess I could find out really quickly. So what is it, C to cast? Okay, no, so it actually needs to be U for use. And it's not in there. Interesting. So maybe it's not actually something that I can use, it's just enchanted. So if that's the case, I'll wear the Dwarven Amulet. It'll give me more armor class. Now our spell points, this is the big thing that we need to level up. We're only at 99 spell points, so any spell that costs more than 99, we just simply cannot cast it, right? So another thing that we're going to try and get done this episode is the start for our first artifact. And we're going for the Ogma Infinium first. I've talked to you guys about that. But it's essentially a cursed grimoire from a warlock who we'll learn more about as we get on that quest chain. But really what it does is it gives you 50 raw stats that you can spend however you want. And that's incredibly powerful, because with those 50 stats, I'd probably chuck like 25 to 30 in our int. If I put 25 or even 24 in this, that would take me up to 90 int at level 8. You figure max level is 20. The higher our int is, the more spell points that we're going to get as we level up, and the cheaper spells get as we level up. So I want to go ahead and make a lot of powerful spells now, get the Ogma Infinium, get our int up, and then we won't have to worry about not having enough spell points to cast these powerful spells, right? So I can do things like spell resistance, a physical shield, increasing our agility to 99, increasing our strength to 99, leech life spells, destruction spells, and I'm going to theme them all around like this like shadow magic, which I think is really cool because it's very fitting for our class, right? We are in Nightblade. We're basically a thief mage hybrid. So there you go. That's essentially what we've been doing. It's just stealing a bunch of ebony gear from the Mages Guild and then heading down the street and selling it. And I'm going to do this until I get, I'd say, probably 200,000 gold, and that should be good for the rest of the well, I think it'll be good for the rest of the series, but we'll see. The Melancholy Mages Guild is slightly warmer than the winter day outside, but without the sunlight, the effect is much the same. Many books and arcane instruments lie scattered about, but they fail to lend any vitality to the scene. It is a place of mystical study, not built for human comfort. Alright, so now we have, a lot more inventory space. Let's run it again. And every time we leave, their items reset. So they'll have another batch of ebony gear. Ebony belt, nice. And like I said, I'm going to do this probably a couple more times at least. Nice, the ebony belt. Perfect. And I'm going to resume the video when we get to the gold that we're looking for, and then we're going to come back here and create a couple spells together. We're going to travel around the world, buy a couple items, because I've got some key locations where I want to go to find some gear. And basically this episode is going to be like a shopping spree. We're going to spend money on spells, we're going to spend money on gear, we're going to get our character decked out a little bit, and then we're going to head to the Skyrim Providence, and we're going to poke around and try and find the start for the Ogma Infinium. So that's going to be this episode. Next episode, we'll probably take on the dungeon where the Ogma Infinium is, and then we'll continue on with our MSQ. Later on in the series, we're going to go for our second artifact, the Magnus Staff, I believe is what it's called. Or, I haven't decided, we might go for the Ring of Khajiit. I think that one's also cool, but in Arena you can only have one artifact at a time, so it's important that we get the Ogma Infinium first, and then we'll get either the Ring of Khajiit or the Staff of Magnus. I think I want to get the Staff of Magnus. It basically gives you like a guaranteed spell reflect, which is really cool, and then I can just cast invisibility spells on myself and get through everything. But yeah, I'm going to pause the video here. We're going to steal a bunch more items. I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like, so you can see where we're getting our money. But this isn't cheesy to me because I am a thief, right? Like in the other Elder Scrolls games, if I can do this, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be stealing valuable pieces of gear and then selling them, right? Making money and then using that money to power our character up. So we're going to pause the video here. I will resume when we're done stealing, the kleptomania that I am, and then we'll go on a shopping spree. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Alright gamers, we are back, done with our pilfering adventures. We ended up with roughly like 250,000 gold, 250,000 gold. I spent some of it on, yeah, as you can see here we have 239,000, call it 250, because I did spend some of it on some potions of healing, some potions of restore power, which these get our spell points back, or our mana back, however you want to call it, and some potions of heal true. So these just heal a lot more than the potions of healing. So we have some kind of garbage mini heals, we've got some mana restoration, and we have some bigger heals. As well as I stole a couple potions just because I wanted to see what I would get and I was bored. And we did get some resist fire, resist cold, cure disease, and purification. which are all really nice. And then, of course, we have our staff piece here. We have one of the, I believe it's 8 total pieces, maybe 9 total pieces. I think it's 8. But yeah, you currently have one piece of the Staff of Chaos. We are looking for all 8. So now let's take a look at our spell book. We have Fire Dart, Light Heal, Shield, Orc Strength, Shadow Strike, a spell that we made ourselves. Oops, and Light. I think there's a finite amount of spells that you can hold in your spell book, so I might just go ahead and, can I unlearn? Yeah. So Fire Dart deals 1 to 2 points of damage to +3 health, +4 health per level. So we are level 8, so this would deal at most like 16. I'm going to go ahead and delete Fire Dart from the spell book. I'm going to delete a lot of the spells that we're not going to use. So Light Heal, Shield, Orc Strength, Shadow Strike, Light. Light Heal, 1 to 2 points, +4 to 5 per level. Cost 8 spell. No, it cost 140. No, that was the cost to make it. The casting cost is 8 spell points. I'm going to delete the Light Heal and make a better heal. Orc Strength cost 15. It's +15 to Strength for the caster for 5 rounds. So I found RND means rounds, which I think is like... I don't know how much time a round is in the arena. I actually can do that. We can do that research right now. How much time is a round? Uh, 5 seconds is 1 combat round, so basically 15 strength for 25 seconds, and we lose 1 point of strength every round, so we lose 1 point every 5 seconds. So honestly, Orc Strength, not a bad spell. I kind of want Shadow Strike at the top, though. Caster invisible for 30 rounds, +5 round per level. So this basically gives me invisibility for like a minute. It cost me 50 of our mana or spell points. I'm just going to call it mana. That's how I know it in every other game. Shield is 15 hit points, shield +5 per level. So 15 plus 5 times 8. 5 times 8 would be what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40? So 40 plus 15, this is a 65 health shield. It cost me 30. I'm going to delete it because I want to make a bunch of custom spells and name them all like shadow themed to kind of fit the character's theme, right? As well as light. We'll make a new light spell. So now all that we have is Shadow Strike, the spell that we made before. Caster invisible for 30 rounds. So 30 times 5 is what, like 2 minutes, right? Because it's 5 seconds as a round. Yeah, so 5 seconds is a round, so 30 times 5 is like 2.5 minutes? Really? 30 rounds is kind of crazy, bro. I'm actually going to delete Shadow Strike and make a new name for it. I think there will be a better name than Shadow Strike, but most of our spells I'm going to have like shadow themed, because that's just kind of like how I like to make my magic spell maker. Okay, so first spell, we'll call it Shadow Step. It's on the caster. We're gonna do invisibility. Actually, in order, what's gonna be the most used spell? What if we did, Shadow Mend? We'll do a cure. No, not a cure, sorry. We'll do a heal, which should be here, heal, yep. Health, we'll do 15 to... What is it going to cost me? 25 to 50 plus 10 to 20 per level. Every level. It's going to cost me 74. So it's 25 to 50 plus 10 to 20 per level for Shadow Mend. I like that. It's going to cost me about 1,200 gold to make it. Not bad. The spell has been inscribed into your spell book. Nice. Now we'll do Shadow Shield. We have Shadow Mend, Shadow Shield. This one will be, I believe, create a shield. I want it to be like 25 points. Increase it by 10 to... Increase it by 25 per level. What is that going to cost me mana-wise? 93. So I could cast one of these and then I'd have to drink some restoration potions, but I like it. And the big thing about this is the earlier that you learn spells, from what I understand, the cheaper that they'll get as we level up. So if it costs me 93 now, by the time we hit level 10, it might cost me 60. By the time we hit level 20, it might cost me 20, right? And my spell point pool or my mana pool will get higher. So Shadow Shield, I like that. It cost me 1,500 gold, not bad at all. This one will do Shadow Step. This one will be invisibility. Actually, yeah, Shadow Step. No. Shadow Wall. This one I want to create a... Not a create, actually. Spell Absorption? I think Spell Absorption gives me mana back when I absorb a spell. %1 chance to absorb a spell point of incoming spell. What about... Spell Reflection or Spell Resistance? 1% chance to resist an incoming spell. I don't think I need resistance because eventually... well, I do want resistance. What if we did Shadow Resist? And... Actually, what about Shadow Absorb? What would it cost me to do... 50% increased by 15%, duration 1 round per... What if we did 10 rounds? 218. So we won't be able to cast this yet, but I might just modify it a little bit. Let's do... %? 187. Eventually I will be able to cast this, and I don't need this right now. So I'm going to go with Shadow Resist. It'll cost me 3,000 gold. Not bad. That's Spell Absorption. Shadow Reflect. Let's do another 50%. It's a coin flip, but it'll go up as we level up. Increasing by 10% for 10 rounds. What's that going to cost? 250. We'll modify it a little bit. Let's do... Nah, you know what? Let's make it, and we don't need it right now. We're probably not going to be able to cast it for a while, but we'll keep it in the spellbook. Now we'll do Shadow Step. This one is going to be invisibility. A little lower in the toolbook, but that's fine. Increased by 10 per round, 75. That's not bad at all. So 30 rounds plus 10 rounds per level. Shadow Step, love that. Cost me 1,200, not bad. And let's go Shadow Bolt. Let's go damage, health, range up to 25 to 50 yards. What'll that cost me? Increase to 1 per damage health. 25 to 50 points of damage, 2 health, plus 1. Okay. Increased by 10 to 20 per level. Let's name it Shadow Touch. Target Touch, yeah. Now what about Shadow Bolt? Can I make like a Firebolt kind of ability? What does this look like? 4 to 4 points of damage to spell points. I don't know what that even really means. Alright, let's just delete that. Let's do Shadow Light. Light spell. Light level 10 for... Can we do 30 rounds? What's that going to cost me? Follows caster. Creates a globe of light for 30 rounds per level. The light follows the caster. Shadow Light. Sounds great. Cost me 43 mana to cast it. Not bad. And then what about like Shadow Lift? I'm sure there's a certain amount of spells that we can have in our spell book, but Levitate will be nice. Can we do 30 rounds? Increased by 10 rounds, 15 rounds per level. If it's that cheap, let's do it increased by 30 rounds per level. 56 mana, 900 spells, Shadow Lift. And then the last thing I want is Shadow Break. Now this will be for destroying walls. And then I guess I'm going to do a unlock spell, but destroy wall. Let's do 10 walls. How much will that cost me? 250? That's going to be too expensive, and I might need that right now. So let's do... What does 3 walls look like? Alright, what does 5 walls look like? 125. Let's do 3 walls. Alright, last spell. Shadow Lock. Chance, let's do 50% increased by 25 per level. 5 rounds. That's way too much mana. 1 round per 1 level. I mean, I shouldn't need more than 1 round, right? Let's just take the duration down to 15. Or sorry, increase to 15. There we go, 78. So it's 50% chance of magically locking a door. I thought it was unlocking. I forget you can add like multiple things onto it, but that's crazy. Alright, well I'm gonna have to scrap it now. Damn it. Delete this one. I like it. Nice. Alright, let's take a look at our spellbook now. We have some really nice spells. Shadow Mend. It's our heal. We have, whoops. God, it's easy to click through them quickly. Shadow Shield, 25 points of shield created plus 25 per level. Shadow Resist. It's a spell absorption. Shadow... Okay. You click through them too quickly. Shadow Reflect. 50% chance to reflect it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to look at them. Shadow Step, this is our invisibility. Shadow Touch, this is a death touch, basically. Shadow Light, this is our light effect. Shadow Lift, Levitate. Shadow Break, this is our destroy wall spell. And then Shadow Lock, this locks doors, so I can lock doors behind me in case I'm running away from creatures or something like that. Alright. Actually, before we leave, let's go ahead and let's check our potions real quick. We're sitting on... I want a couple more resist fire potions, a couple more resist cold, a couple more cure disease, but mostly restore power. I'm at 30, and heal true I'm at 50. I think I want 20 more restore power spells. Or potions. 75, so let's go 19, that'll put me at a clean 50. Can you do 1,000? Can you do 12, no, can you do 1150? 1218, I'll take it. And then I'll buy a couple more resist cold potions because we'll be heading to Skyrim soon. So let's do 25. What do you cost me for that? Let's go 1,500 if you'll take it. All right, nice. As well as a couple free action potions. I'll take 25 of these. 3750. Can you do 3,000? I know that's a bit of a... He will take 3,000. Nice. 3090. We'll take that. And I think that'll be good for now. Actually, a couple fire resistance potions too. I used a lot of those in the last dungeon we were in. Let's go 25 of these bad boys. Can you do 1,500? You will take 1,500. 1,593. That's all you. All right. Now... we're going to travel to a couple other provinces and towns to try and find some magical items. So let me pull up my list here. We are heading to... Ghislaine. I have no idea where that is. So we might have to look around a little bit here. Wayrest. Shornhelm. Evermore, Faran. I think one of them is Faran. Yeah. Alright, well let's head to Faran. It'll take us 32 days, a full month of travel to get here, so... And there's Daggerfall. That's the next game in the series that we'll be playing through. You've arrived at the city-state of Faran in High Rock Province. The date is Tyrdes 29th, the first seed in the year 3E390. It took 32 days to reach your goal. The northern port of Faran welcomes you into her icy hold. Feel not the bite of our winter, nor the edge of the wind. Hopefully it's not nighttime. It's nighttime. Let's go ahead and save it. I'll rename this save file. We're out of Riyadh and we're in Faran. We were actually not even in...
I do not know who you are, but you have made a fatal mistake. Rhea Sylvain and her feeble powers are no protection for you. I should have discorporated her when I had the chance. I will not make the same mistake again. I will use the same dream bridge that she uses, sending my minions across time and space. Already they arrive. Ones worthy of the attention you deserve. They will relieve you of the burden of the staff piece you now hold. Give it to them, and I will order your death painless and quick. Resist, and I shall see you in such suffering that you will grovel for the sweet release of death.
Now that's what I wanted to, Let's go. That's what I wanted to see when we first loaded in, and that's what I was talking about, is the Archmage that is impersonating the Emperor is actually now using the same magic that Rhea has used to reach us in our minds and in our dreams, and they kind of start sending people after us to take the piece of the Staff of Chaos that we've already found. So let's do Shadow... Oh, it's actually sorted by alphabetical order. I didn't know that. Let's do Shadow Shield. Oh, shit. Alright, well then let's use a Potion of Restore Power. Whoa, 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 whoa. Potion of Heal True. Pull out our sword. Oh, we've got a bow on. Let me put my Saber of Strength back on. I forgot we had the short bow of Pass Wall on right now. We are at -4 for our armor class, so that's not bad. Oops. Come here, bitch. Okay. 41 gold pieces and probably, yep, a full set of leather that I don't really need. He was a Nightblade himself. Alright, we need to get into a... Oh, you know what we could do? What time is it? It is 4:42 early in the morning. Let's head back outside into the wilderness. And we'll just rest until... we'll rest for 3 hours, hopefully. Nice. You wake up. Took a little nap outside the town. It's now the sun is up. Hello, good sir. We are looking for equipment stores. Oh, there's quite a few here. Wow. We'll do Elite Weaponry Store, I guess. South of here last time I checked. Meaning we have to probably go around this bend and then head south. There's always so many stores in each little town. It's very snowy, very foggy in this town, but I like it. It gives it some ambiance. Alright, well, let's check here. It is a cold and overcast day, and you doubt that the clerks and rare sundries are in the mood to barter. You check your money supplies as you browse through the store's wares. I can always talk them down, come on. My man, what do you got? Any cool weapons? So we have a Dagger of Fire Resist, we have a Saber of Endurance, we have a Saber of Speed. Any armor? Just a full leather set with a silver buckler. I'm gonna pick up the silver buckler and sell the other buckler that we're wearing. Now we have a -4 to our armor class right now, but with the buckler put on, we get -5 for our like arms and chest region. Let me cast Shadow Mend on myself, get a full heal. So, where I was looking says Farand has some ebony weapons, but let me see, where in... This is the beauty of the internet and ChatGPT. I can just be like, what shop in Farand sells ebony weapons? The Adventurer's Accoutrements, apparently. So let's see if we can find someone that knows where that shop is. There's a inn. We'll mark that in case I need that later. Inn. Let's find a nice citizen to talk to. Oh, there's water here. Soundtrack in this game just goes hard, bro. Ah, hello, my good brother. Where is equipment store? The Adventurer's Accoutrements. Northwest of here. Thank you, brother. So that would be in this general direction. Do you know? Could you mark it on my map, please? A bit north of here, I'm sure of it. Excuse me, sister. Do you know where the store is? Now, usually when you get close to a building like this, why don't I just inscribe that exact location on your map? Caralabith Kington says, pulls out a feather pen. So there it is. Cool. Very close to us, actually. Like right around here. Right? Maybe. Right here, right? Am I missing something? Right, this is it. Or maybe it's even this building here? Wouldn't it have a sign on it? I'm confused. I mean, I guess it could be any one of these buildings, just depending on how she wrote it. But usually shops have, like, the symbol above them, right? This lock is difficult. I'm confused. I mean, it looks like she marked right here, right? So I guess maybe I try and break in? I don't like the idea of that, but... Hello? It's the first time I've actually broken into a house. Hello? There's nothing in here. Oh! There's a rat. Kinda scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Did she give me the wrong information? Like, I have no idea where she could be talking about if it's supposed to be around here. I don't see anything that looks like a shop. Yeah, I actually really like being a Nightblade and just being able to break into anywhere we want. Oh. Hello? The ghoul has nothing. Why do these people have ghouls in their home? There's another floor? Damn, this house is huge! Surely there's gotta be like treasure and stuff in people's houses, right? What is this, just like a... Okay, what's a dead door? There we go. 8 gold pieces and an amulet. Another upstairs. I hear stuff. What's going on? What's going on? Take me back down. And take me back up. Take me in. There we go. 10 gold pieces, kind of garbage. Can I rest up here? There are enemies nearby. Oh, shit. Potion of healing. Orcs. I'm not gonna carry any of that stuff. Not really worth my time. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Where is this shop, man? Put my weapon away, I don't want to draw any attention. Excuse me, good sir. Do you know where the adventurer's accoutrements are? It's very near. Gondolin Morsley says. Reaching for your map. Let me show you how close you are. Yeah, I mean, it's literally... It says it's right behind me, but... None of these buildings are... That's nice. Nobody's home to actually, like, sell me items. Oh, I'm gonna get lost in this place. Alright, before we get lost, let's just get the hell out of here. Oh, there's items right at the door. A flail. I'll leave it there. Well, that's one cool feature that I didn't know. Is this it? Oh my god, we found it. Okay. There's a window open in the adventurer's accoutrements. The clerks are apparently hoping for some fresh scents of spring air to brighten a gray day. Several weapons and supplies on display might be helpful to you. This is exactly what we were looking for. Hello, brother. The adventurer's accoutrements. Do you have the weapon I'm looking for? He has a silver saber of fire resistance, a steel saber of will, an elven short sword. Elven's pretty good. I was told you had an ebony weapon, but maybe that's only later. Maybe the merchants get better items the later into the game we get. What about armor? Do you have any? Elven buckler of levitation? I'll pick that up. 300 gold. We'll see if that's any better than the buckler that I'm wearing, but at least it gives me the levitate spell for free. And I'll tell you what, let's pick up the silver saber of fire resistance. Today's your lucky day, friend. I can tell you need a silver saber fire resistance, and I happen to have certain talents in getting just that. You'll agree to pay me 660 gold. It's yours, bro. Anything else that we could find useful here? Elven short sword. Alright, let's take a peek. Silver saber of fire resistance 3 to 12. What's our current saber do? Uh, 3 to 12, and then it also gives me plus 10 to strength. That's the difference. This is a on use with 46 uses left to give me fire resistance. So honestly, our saber is the same. What about this elven buckler? It's -2. And what about our silver buckler? -1. So we'll probably sell the silver buckler and the silver saber, honestly. You can have it, bro. Alright, not bad. We can't save outside, so let's head outside, or inside, so let's head outside. Save our game here, and I think we're going to call it here for now, guys. Next time, we're going to try and head to the Skyrim Providence and learn more about the Ogma Infinium, the first artifact that we're going to go after. So we have a good bit of gold, we've got some potions. I don't really have to worry about money, because honestly, if we ever need more money, we can just do exactly what we did again, which is really nice. -3 to the AR. Hold on. Let's just rock that bad boy then instead. We've got a ton of potions, so you know we can use potions willy-nilly. We're in good hands. -5 and -7 on some of our slots with our armor. Pretty good. It's hard to hit us at this point. And then we also have some really nice spells, so we'll save it again one more time. We're going to call this one here for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.